Something big just leaked from Landman Season 2, and it changes everything we thought we knew about Episode 1. The trailer that just surfaced online isn't just another tease, it's a bombshell. For months, fans have been dying to know what happens after that explosive finale. And now, with these leaked scenes, we finally have answers, and a whole lot more questions. From the first second of the footage, it's clear Taylor Sheridan isn't holding anything back this time. The tone is darker, the stakes are higher, and every character looks like they're one bad decision away from total collapse. And yes, that includes Tommy Norris. The man we saw barely holding it together at the end of Season 1 now looks like he's walking a tightrope between survival and self-destruction. The leaked footage opens with him standing in the middle of a burning oil field, literally surrounded by chaos. And the look on his face says it all. He's not the same man we met in Season 1. This version of Tommy feels haunted, desperate, and more dangerous than ever before. But the real shocker? He's not alone. Someone steps out from the shadows, and fans immediately recognized him. It's Sam Elliott's character, Tommy's father. And from that one exchange, you can feel decades of tension explode in just a few words. Pops doesn't look like he's here to patch things up. He's here to take control. The trailer makes it clear that their relationship will be the emotional core of this season. A brutal father-son dynamic that's been buried under years of pride, mistakes, and betrayal. But that's not all that's coming. Another leaked scene shows Cammy, Monty's widow, sitting at the head of a massive boardroom table. Her voice calm, but cutting like a knife. She says, "You think my husband was ruthless? Watch me." And that line alone sends chills down your spine. She's no longer the grieving widow we met before. She's stepping into full control, declaring war on anyone who stands in her way, including Tommy. The power struggle between these two is about to redefine everything we thought we knew about Landman. And it's not just business anymore. It's personal. Behind the polished deals and oil money, there's something darker moving in the shadows. The trailer flashes quick cuts of a convoy of black SUVs crossing the desert at night, an unmarked plane landing on a private strip, and Tommy exchanging a silent nod with a man who looks suspiciously like a cartel enforcer. That's right, the leaked trailer confirms what fans were already whispering. The cartel storyline is front and center this season. Andy Garcia's mysterious character finally steps out of the shadows. And if these scenes are real, his introduction is going to be massive. Every frame screams danger. And then there's the emotional gut punch moment that no one saw coming. Angela, played by Ali Larter, appears in just one brief shot, but it's enough to break your heart. She's standing alone in their empty house, clutching a family photo as sirens echo outside. Whatever's coming for Tommy, it's already tearing their world apart. This 1-second glimpse reminds us that no matter how big the explosions get, Sheridan never forgets the emotional core. Family, loyalty, legacy. Those are the real battlegrounds. The leaked footage also hints at Ann Insley's storyline at college, where her new life seems picture-perfect until a chilling voicemail plays over her smiling face. "You can't run from your name." That line alone tells us her story will dig deep into what it means to carry the Norris legacy, and how far the shadows of West Texas can stretch. Everything about this trailer screams chaos, conflict, and heartbreak. It's Yellowstone energy cranked to 11, but with oil, politics, and blood money fueling the fire. If this leak is even halfway accurate, Episode 1 isn't just setting up a new season, it's igniting a war. Tommy's enemies are closing in, Cammy's out for domination, Pops is back to reclaim control, and the cartel's knocking at the door. Every shot, every line, every cut feels like a countdown to disaster. Landman Season 2 is shaping up to be Sheridan's most intense story yet. And from what we've just seen, Episode 1 might go down as one of the most explosive premieres he's ever written. Now let's break down what these leaked scenes actually reveal about the story direction, because if you look closely, every single moment seems to hint at a much bigger game being played. The trailer isn't just teasing action, it's showing us the consequences of the power vacuum left by Monty's death. The balance of control in West Texas has officially shattered. In one sequence, you can see oil rigs standing silent under the setting sun, as the voice of Tommy echoes in the background. "You take the oil away, you take the people's lives." That line feels heavy, almost like a confession. It's not just about business anymore, it's about survival. Tommy has always lived by the rules of the land, but now it looks like those rules don't apply. The leaked scenes show him stepping deeper into moral quicksand, and this time he might not crawl his way out. What makes it even more powerful is how Sheridan builds that tension without showing everything outright. He leaves just enough room for speculation, and that's what keeps the fans restless. The trailer also gives us our first real look at Sam Elliott's role, and honestly, it's everything we hoped for and more. He appears in several flashes, some past, some present, and it looks like we'll finally be diving into the Norris family's origins. One scene shows a much younger Tommy working alongside his father in a dusty oil field, covered in sweat and resentment. The voiceover says, "The land gives you everything, until it takes it all back." That line perfectly sums up the entire theme of Landman. This isn't just a story about drilling oil. It's about drilling into the soul of the people who built their lives on it. And Pops, from the looks of it, isn't just a supporting character. He's the living embodiment of that old-school, no-mercy Texas grit. The leaked trailer even shows him slamming a whiskey glass on a table, saying, "You forgot who you learned from, boy." That's when Tommy's face hardens. No words, just silence. And in that silence, you can feel the storm building. Their relationship isn't about love. It's about dominance, and that's what's going to drive this season's emotional core. But let's not forget Cammy. Because if you thought she was going to play it safe, think again. The leaked footage shows her making moves that would make even Monty nervous. In one shot, she's standing in front of a wall-sized map of oil territories, pointing at new plots like a general planning an invasion. Behind her, a group of men watch in uneasy silence, and you can almost feel her energy taking control of the room. Demi Moore completely owns this role. She's calm, strategic, and terrifyingly confident. The leak suggests that she's aligning herself with powerful financial backers, possibly even the same ones who helped Monty build his empire. But she's also making dangerous new alliances, the kind that could spark an all-out war. There's even a brief flash of her shaking hands with a man wearing a cartel ring. If that's true, it means she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. She's playing the long game, and she knows exactly how to win it. Then there's Dale, Tommy's loyal protege. The trailer doesn't give him much screen time, but the few glimpses we do get hint that he's caught in the middle of everything. We see him standing by Tommy's side during a tense standoff with local law enforcement, and later, in what looks like a betrayal scene, handing a file to someone off-screen. The expression on his face says it all. He's torn between loyalty and survival. And if you've watched Sheridan's shows long enough, you know that never ends well. Someone's going to pay the price for keeping secrets, and the question is, will it be Dale or Tommy? Meanwhile, the cartel subplot is shaping up to be one of the darkest storylines yet. Andy Garcia's character, though still unnamed in the official credits, appears briefly in the leaked footage, sitting inside a private jet surrounded by men in suits. He's calm, polished, and menacing. He says, "In my business, loyalty is just another currency." That line alone tells us everything we need to know. He's not here to play games, he's here to expand his empire, and Texas is his next target. What's chilling is how intertwined this cartel operation already seems with the oil industry. The leak suggests that Season 2 will blur the lines between legitimate business and organized crime even further. It's a dangerous mix of power, greed, and survival, and it's exactly what makes Landman so addictive to watch. Now here's where things get even crazier, because the deeper you look into the leaked trailer, the more hidden clues start jumping out, little details that could completely change the direction of Landman Season 2. The brilliance of Taylor Sheridan's storytelling is that nothing he shows you is random. Every scene, every camera angle, every single line of dialogue carries weight, and this trailer is loaded with symbolism. One of the most talked about shots from the leak shows an oil rig exploding in slow motion, with Tommy walking away from it without looking back. It's visually stunning, but it also feels deeply metaphorical, like Tommy is watching his old world burn down, both literally and figuratively. That's Sheridan's style. Destruction as transformation. And just when you think it's over, the next frame cuts to Tommy standing in front of a church, staring up at the cross, his hands stained with oil. It's haunting. It's poetic. It's Tommy Norris trying to wash away his sins, but the truth is, he's already too deep. The oil isn't just on his hands, it's in his blood. The leaked footage also gives us our first real sense of how far-reaching this season's story will be. Season 1 was contained, raw, gritty, but centered mostly around the oil fields and the Norris family's business empire. Season 2, though? It's expanding. The camera sweeps across new landscapes, bigger cities, corporate towers, and the far edges of the Texas-Mexico border. This isn't just West Texas anymore. The game has gone national. And that expansion means new enemies, new allies, and way more chaos. One particularly intense scene shows a convoy of blacked-out vehicles racing through a desert storm, followed by a radio transmission saying, "The shipment didn't make it." Fans are already speculating that this could be linked to the cartel subplot, and if it is, it means the Norris family is in far deeper trouble than they realize. What's more, there's a new female character briefly shown during that sequence, a woman in a tailored suit watching from a skyscraper window. We only see her for a second, but she's rumored to be a federal investigator played by a major A-list actress whose casting hasn't been officially announced yet. The idea of the government stepping in adds a whole new level of tension, and it fits perfectly with Sheridan's obsession with blurred justice and moral compromise. Then, there's a blink-and-you'll-miss-it scene that might just be the biggest reveal of all. A man in handcuffs being led into a courthouse, wearing a dark suit, head down. Fans froze that frame, brightened it, and slowed it down. And it looks an awful lot like Dale. If that's true, it means betrayal is coming sooner than anyone thought. The idea that Tommy's own protege might turn on him adds a painful twist to an already explosive setup. Maybe Dale gets caught in one of Tommy's illegal deals, or maybe he's forced to choose between loyalty and survival. Either way, that image suggests that Episode 1 won't just be action. It'll be fallout. The aftermath of Monty's death, the arrival of Pops, the rise of Cammy, and now possibly a betrayal within Tommy's own circle? It's like watching a fuse being lit from every direction, all leading to one massive detonation. Another key element in the leaked trailer that fans can't stop talking about is the visual tone. The color grading is darker, the lighting harsher, the entire look of the show more cinematic than before. You can tell they've amped up the production value, but it's also symbolic. Season 1 had moments of hope, warm sunsets, family dinners, the sense that redemption might still be possible. This time, every frame feels colder, heavier, drenched in tension. Even the music in the trailer hits differently. Instead of a country-inspired score, it opens with a slow, industrial rumble, like machinery grinding under pressure, before building into a haunting orchestral swell. It perfectly captures the mood, the sound of power turning into danger. It's like the land itself is warning them that something terrible is coming. And it's not just the visuals or sound that are darker. Every character feels pushed to their breaking point. Angela's emotional shot from the first leak isn't the only one. There's another quick glimpse of her confronting Tommy in what looks like their kitchen. Her voice trembles as she says, "You keep saying it's for us. But who's left when it's over?" That line hits like a bullet. It's the emotional weight that Sheridan always weaves beneath the chaos. Because at the heart of Landman, it's never just about oil or money. It's about people destroying themselves for power. Angela's struggle mirrors every spouse, every family member who's ever watched someone they love get consumed by ambition. And if that argument scene is in Episode 1, it's going to set up her entire arc for the season. She's tired of being the glue holding it all together. She's ready to crack. Now here's where the leak takes things from intense to absolutely jaw-dropping. Because if these scenes are real, and all signs point to them being legit, then Episode 1 of Landman Season 2 is setting up something much bigger than anyone expected. There's a specific moment in the trailer that every fan is talking about right now. It's a silent, 30-second stretch that shows Tommy sitting alone in his truck in the middle of the night, headlights off, the wind howling through the empty plains. No dialogue, no music, just Tommy, staring at something off-screen, his hand gripping the steering wheel until his knuckles go white. Then, faintly, you hear a voice on the radio say, "They found him." And Tommy's reaction, just that single flicker of emotion across his face, is chilling. Whatever he's just heard, it's bad, really bad. Some fans think it's about Dale getting arrested. Others believe it's something far worse. Maybe the cartel has made its first move. Either way, that quiet moment is pure Taylor Sheridan genius. It's the calm before the storm, the split second before everything falls apart. Then, the trailer cuts to chaos. We see flashes of helicopters flying low over the oil fields, workers running for cover, and Tommy shouting orders over the radio. But what stands out isn't just the action, it's the tone. There's panic, but also determination. Tommy's not the same man he was before. He's harder, colder, like someone who's realized that morality doesn't matter anymore in a world this corrupt. That transformation is exactly what makes Landman so fascinating. Sheridan has always written about men trying to control forces bigger than themselves, and in this leak, we're watching Tommy become one of those forces. The question is, how long can he hold that power before it consumes him completely? And speaking of power, Cammy's rise in the leaked footage is nothing short of legendary. There's a shot of her walking into a shareholder meeting, wearing black from head to toe, every eye in the room on her. Someone asks her if she's ready to lead. She doesn't hesitate. She says, "I was born in the fire. This is nothing new." That line alone cements her as the new queen of this empire. Demi Moore radiates control in every frame. You can tell she's going to be one of those unforgettable TV power players, equal parts elegance and menace. And the most fascinating part? The trailer subtly hints that she might not be entirely at odds with Tommy, at least not right away. There's a brief clip of them shaking hands in a boardroom, cameras flashing around them, and for a split second, it almost looks like a truce. But we all know Sheridan never writes simple alliances. That handshake is a deal with the devil, and the tension in that moment is electric. You can practically feel the clock ticking down to when one of them inevitably betrays the other. The cartel storyline explodes right after that. We see Andy Garcia's character for the first time in full view, standing on a balcony overlooking a refinery, a cigar burning in his hand. He says, "You don't own the oil. You rent it from me." And that line? That's Sheridan at his best, cutting straight to the truth. It's not just a threat. It's a statement of dominance. This man isn't just another villain. He's the kind of character who controls everything from the shadows. He's not loud, not flashy, but he doesn't need to be. His silence is power. From the leaked dialogue, it sounds like Tommy's new partnership with him comes with deadly strings attached, and it's only a matter of time before those strings start tightening. There's even a rumored scene showing cartel trucks pulling into the same yard where Tommy's rigs operate, suggesting the oil business is about to become the perfect cover for something far darker. Meanwhile, Angela's emotional journey seems to take a devastating turn. There's one gut-wrenching shot of her driving alone through the night, tears running down her face, a phone ringing unanswered beside her. The camera focuses on her expression, a mix of heartbreak and resolve. And it's one of those moments that remind you how layered Sheridan's storytelling really is. She's not just the emotional support character, she's the moral compass slowly losing its direction. The trailer ends that sequence with her pulling over, stepping out of the car, and screaming into the empty sky. No words, just raw pain. It's powerful, it's tragic, and it's the kind of moment that stays with you. Then, there's a mysterious voiceover that plays over the last few scenes. It sounds like Sam Elliott's character, though it's distorted, almost like an echo from the past. He says, "You can dig all you want, son, but sooner or later, the land takes back what's owed." Those words feel like the thesis for the entire season. It's not just about oil, it's about debt. The debt we owe to the land, to our choices, to our family.